you?
I think we're live. We'll wait for everyone to confirm it with us first.
Well, it still says it's still a picture of us, unless you've gone on a different one, but it's still a picture of us. I don't know. It says we're live.
I don't know. Can people see us? Can people hear us? It says live 20 seconds. Can people see us? Can people hear us?
Hang on. My screen is just updating. Yes, we're live.
Yeah, Lisa just said woohoo, so I assume that meant it worked. Guys, the tech. I'm too old for this tech, I'm telling you. Having to send a link to you, Wendy, and just like I accidentally nearly just went live on my own, me and my double chin on the sofa. Like, I just don't know what I'm doing.
The last time I did it, I couldn't get live. I didn't know how to push the button.
I'm just terrible. Everyone. So I'm going to read some names. They're going so fast.
We've
got Ms. Rob, hi, Deb, Sudha, Marcel, Tree. It's gone too quickly. Cherere, Highland, Homemade Crafts. Leslie, Deb, hi, Lula, hi, Cindy, hi. Bonnie. Oh, guys, I should have worn my glasses. I'm such a fool.
Go and get them. Where are they?
They're on the bottom floor.
I can't see without my glasses, so I've got to have these on.
Space. Hey, Sandy, Kristen, Margot, Moray, Abby, and Donna, and Sudha again, and Sally, Beth, Deb. I think we're repeating now. Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Oh, I just had an alarm on my clock saying I've got to go live. I think I've done that.
Adele, hey. Hey, Ro. Hey, and it's going too quickly. Hi, everyone. Oh, we've missed this. I've missed you, Wendy.
Oh.
I've missed going live. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. It's been a while. You've done lots of stuff this year already, haven't
you? Yeah. It feels like that. It feels like that. 83 in, Wendy.
Wow, that's cool. Nice.
Dutch
Hello,
Turner.
everybody. Sorry?
Dutch Turner is in.
Oh, hello. I haven't seen you for ages.
I know. Great to see you, Dutch. And Lance. Wendy, Claire, how are you both doing? How are you, Wendy?
I'm absolutely fine. Getting older, like you do. What about you?
I mean, same.
I'm a bit hot, actually. Got a great jumper on.
I'm too old for this tech. I'm too old to know how to set up a live.
Yep. Too old for everything. You wait till you hit my age, I tell you. I'm pushing 60. That's so scary. That is so scary. Pushing 60. What? I don't know. Hi, Chippy. Where's Paula? Is she in? Where's Paula? I've reminded Paula.
Wayne Bigfoot is in. Helen, hey.
Hi,
Helen.
Wayne.
Nisi.
Hello,
is a new follower for both of us.
Yes, Nisi. Hi, Nisi. Nice to see you, Wayne.
Abby. Everyone, oh my gosh, thank you all so much. 60 is just a number, Miss. That's so true. Someone just said I've got honeymoon brain, and I totally don't. Like, I've been with the man 18 years.
And your hair is lovely, by the way. I love the colour.
Thank you.
It really is nice.
I washed it for social media.
That's cool. Chippy. I keep seeing Chippy because she's blue, isn't she? Dutch. Ms. Hi, Susie. Highland Homemade Crafts. Is there somebody called Mary here? Would you mind looking through your spam folder, because I've emailed you and I need you to answer my email. So just putting it out there. Mary, you know who you are. Order hashtag 2010.
Moray, yeah.
You need to answer me, girl.
Hi, Aaron. Aaron, it's lovely to see some new names in here. It's funny because I feel like our friends on our YouTube channel, our friends cross over, but then quite often they really don't cross over at all.
No.
And I'll come into your live and I'll see names I've never seen.
Yeah, but it might be because of the day of the week, though. They might be at work one day.
Yeah,
and it's just the times of the days. Yours is earlier than mine. So you're going to get different people anyway that can actually get there, especially as it's around the world. I do admire some of my people in Australia that are awake during the middle of the night and come in to say hello. I just want to hug them.
It's so
I
true.
think that's so sweet.
So true. Yeah, I've got someone messaged on my community tab. You know, on your YouTube page, you've got the community post.
Yeah.
They've changed the name of it to just post.
Yeah.
I panicked the other day because I was like, where's my community tab gone? And it was just, so I wrote on there that we're going live, and someone wrote, well, 2 messages. One said, I'm in Australia and sadly that's 4 a.m, so I won't make it. And the other one said, Claire, please let Wendy speak this time.
Well, don't give me too much room to speak because I'll go quiet and then nobody will be talking.
Hey Mildred, I'm sorry if I'm not saying hello to each and every one of you. The amount of screen I've got now to see people coming in is
yeah. I mean, I could go into the I've got the actual thing up on the screen in front of me, so bear with me 2 seconds. Participants, I've got a whole list here, so I'm going to go through them. All right. We are saying hello to Adele, All Aboard Resin Creations, Ania, APO, i.e. Kristen, Aaron, I can't spell, Aaron Karaoke, Barbara Haig, Bonnie, Break the Mold, as in Lisa, Chippy, Claire, you're here, Donna, oh, there's people disappearing all over the place, Creative Pouring, Donna, Flow Art by Jessica, Gidding Gifting, sorry if I'm getting this wrong, I am dyslexic, Grandma's Gone Crafty, Helen Wolf, Highland Home, Homemade, It's Art by Donna. Stop adding, people are turning up. JL, Jane, there's lots. I could go on. There's lots. There's 109 people in. I'm struggling. I'm sorry. you'll have to forgive me.
Aaron said, how about coming to Sheffield to give him a lesson?
Sheffield? On lesson of what? Resin or turning?
I don't know. He'll have to say again. Hey Laura.
Oh look, Anne, it's 4 a.m. in Australia. Don't worry, I'm awake. Oh bless. See, I just want to hug her.
Yeah, that's amazing to be awake at 4 a.m. and Aaron Karaoke says on Resin.
On Resin. Sheffield's a lovely place, mind you. I do love Sheffield. Do you love Sheffield? I love Sheffield.
I've never been.
Have you never been? Oh, it's beautiful. Mind you, anything north of London is beautiful.
Thank you.
That sounds really biased towards the south, doesn't it? It's just because I live in the south, people I know, all right?
I'm sure people up north would agree the north is better.
Everyone seems friendlier up north.
Shall we begin? We haven't got any like fun games or quizzes. We just thought it would be just a Q&A. So we've been advertising it for about 5 days now. So if anyone's got any questions, please fire them off. Wish I had my glasses on me. Any questions?
Right.
Oh my God, Jessica.
Bless. Jessica's just given you for £10.
Jessica, thank you so much.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh, that's beyond generous. Hi, Yvonne.
Hi, Yvonne.
Abby says, why are we both so awesome?
Oh, I'm not. I don't know. I'm just me.
You're more awesome than me.
I'm just me. You're just you. We're just happy people, I think. Don't you think, Claire?
How do you keep up with AI? Was that, Lauren? It went too quick for me.
I don't. I don't.
I genuinely feel like I need to run downstairs and get my glasses. I'm because I've only just had to start wearing glasses literally a week ago. And now I'm realising where I really need them.
Question. When is our clay rematch? That's from Dutch.
Oh, good times, Dutch, good times. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Aaron says, what's your favourite resin, Wendy?
My favourite resin is Let's Resin. It's only because the bubbles just come out of it so easily.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm with Apex Just For You Online and Let's Resin. Equally, I have so many resins, and I'm so used to just navigating towards Apex or Let's Resin. I really do need to start using the others.
Michelle says, what do you think is the hardest thing to work with? Make sure, guys, when you put a question up, make sure we put QQQ in front and then we can pick them out. Otherwise, they can't see them.
Wendy,
so what do you think is the hardest thing to work with?
I'm going to have to leave you. I need to go and get my glasses.
Okay, abandon me.
On his bed.
Don't fall down the stairs, will you? I want you to come back. Okay?
Why is your American accent so good? Because I grew up watching too much television, basically. Neglect. I watched all the TV shows. I think British people can do really good accents from around the world. Anyway, I need to go and get my glasses.
I can't do any accents, but you know, Yvonne says, question, how are you both? I think we're both fine, Yvonne. I think both of us are wanting to get out of the winter. I know personally, I am so fed up with grey days. But yeah, what else we got here? Have I missed any? Go and get your glasses, Chippy. Yes, she's gone. Question, what resin do you recommend for a newbie? Newbie, yeah, Let's Resin. It's just so easy. I mean, I use Let's Resin 90% of the time. I do love Estoya resin as well, but Estoya resin is quite a thick resin, quite high consistency, but Let's Resin is just so simple. Definitely recommend that for a newbie. What is your inspiration? Mildred says. What is your inspiration, Claire?
My inspiration, it's really hard to say. I don't really know. If I'm honest, I get inspired from loads of different areas. I would say, like, me and Wendy are very different as well. We've got very different niches. I like mixing a lot of things together. I'm almost like mixed media, but with resin. Like a lot of chuck it all in. All of them. Sorry, I've just run up 3 flights of stairs. I just need to catch my breath.
Okay. Right, Reslin Creation says, question for Wendy. Have you thought more about making the butterfly ladies into a light yet? No, I haven't. I've moved on to other things at the moment. I need new teeth, I'll tell you that much. And I've moved on to other things at the moment, but I tend to go back over because I work like 3 weeks in advance. I'm already on to the next video and 3 weeks in advance, so I'll probably go back to that in a month or so. I don't go back very often, but I will do.
Yes, you can colour polyurethane. You can use alcohol inks to colour polyurethane. Thank you, Chippy.
And you can use mica as well.
Oh, mica, can you?
Yes, but it's if you're using obviously a white or a black polyurethane, with black you're not going to see it, but with the white it does tend to mute the colours like it does with Jesmonite or anything like that.
Sorry, I'm just grabbing a pencil so I can write some questions down because the chat goes quite quickly. As the partner of a newly christened YouTuber, how can I best support them whilst still making dinner? Abby, so Lady Boss Stitch has just set up her channel. She's going for it, which is incredible. James, how best to support Abby? I'll be honest, I think you do an amazing job already. Hey to anyone coming in.
Hi.
What would you say, Wendy, how best would your partner support you as a YouTuber?
Watch the videos and comment on the videos and put thumbs up on the videos. My husband doesn't do that. My husband, he does part of the editing for me, but he does not. Oh, look, Lynn,
thank you so much, guys.
Yes.
You do
Thank
not have
you,
to,
Liz.
honestly, that's incredible. That's so generous. And as was the previous chat, don't ever feel obliged. That's incredible. Thank you so much.
Question, do you know if you can colour... Oh, we've already done that one.
Hi, Jamie.
We've already done that one.
Oh,
Any more questions? Have we missed any?
A Timu question just went so fast. They're just going so... You know, I should have brought my laptop up to have it separate.
Yeah, that's what I've got, and I still can't keep up. Question.
Is it usual for colour to fade after eco resin is demolded? Julie, I have found that with some ecos, like you feel like the colour is really, really strong, but then when it's demolded, it's quite pale. The only time I haven't really experienced that is with Jesmonite and Jesmonite Eco. With Jesmonite and Jesmonite colours. For me, Jesmonite AC100 and Jesmonite colours don't fade.
Right. Kirsty says, both of you since becoming more confident with all resins, what are your top 5 to 10 creations you have made since then and now? You got any favourites that you've made, Claire?
I sometimes look back at my old work and think, what was that?
Yeah.
But I do look back at some of my favourites. I would say some of my favourites over the last couple of years have been my tropical parrots. Like I did like a tropical series where I used loads of leaves, ferns.
Yeah.
You won't understand what I mean by that, Wendy, but I use lots of ferns. And
I know what a fern is.
I laminated some Gia retarder. I laminated some parrots and put them in. I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was
I remember those, actually. They look really beautiful. I do remember them.
Any video where I've just chucked it all in, I love all of it. I like Halloween, to be honest.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah. What about you, Wendy?
Well, all my favourites are in my titles. Every year I put my favourites from the previous year in my titles. So if you want to find my favourites, just look at the titles. I only put my favourites on that. Right,
that's a good idea. We've got a question from... Sorry, Wendy, go on.
It's all right, go on.
Oh my God, Chippy, thank you so much.
Nice one, Chippy.
Right. Resin had a question about editing tips.
Yeah.
Wendy and myself are completely... We're just worlds apart with editing. What would your editing tips be, Wendy?
Tips from me is... Yeah, what tips are there really? I mean, make it cohesive, make it fun, and don't drag it out. I think there we go. What about you?
Thank you, Mildred. Yeah, same. My videos, I'm doing I do try to not have my videos drag out. You know, theoretically speaking, any video that I put out that is around 10, 15, 20 minutes, I could do it in 3. I could make a short. I could do it in a short.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, like,
yeah,
hey guys,
I think we all could, really.
I added the colour, I poured the resin, I demolded. This is what we got.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do that, but why, guys? I'm so sorry. I'm new to wearing glasses. It's only been a week, and they're fogging up. How do you live like this, Wendy?
I don't have that trouble. Only when I open the oven door. That's when I can't see.
I do try. All aboard is also on editing. Connie asks about UV. I do try to cut it off. You know, like some videos are about an hour's worth of film and I'm editing it down into 17 minutes. And I don't always feel like I can do any more than that. Like if I edit any more out, there's going to be steps missing.
Yeah, you don't want to miss things out. You got to have the steps in there. I mean, the video that's going up tomorrow, I had to go down and film a little bit at the end because there was a bit missing, and I'm like, nah, that doesn't make sense. So it's got to be filmed. Sorry, there's so many questions coming up here. What editing software do you use? Both of you?
Resin also asked about editing tips. Was that the answer? Was that the question we just replied to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Editing, I use how do you get all the graphics in your video, Wendy? Okay, Kristen also asks a question, so we'll come back to Kristen. I use Power Director, which is a really, like, it's old. People nowadays who are starting up with tech probably would never go for Power Director. But because I was working 15 years in a job where we used to video and edit children's progress so that the parents could see their child's termly progress, I used to work with, I was an autism advisor for 15 years, right? And every single child had video evidence of progress because a lot of the children I worked with were non-verbal. So it was a way for us to document a child's progress and give Jeff, yes, we both do, and give progress reports to parents. And that's how I learned to edit. So when I started YouTube, I just stuck with this. I stuck with what I knew because the idea of doing anything different was overwhelming.
I started off with free programs. I learned how to use them. I then bought a Mac, and I decided to buy Final Cut Pro, which is for Mac only. And I absolutely 100% recommend it. Love it to bits. There are better programs out there, but you don't pay monthly subscription. You pay a one-off fee. It's not cheap. It costs £300, I think. But I do love it. And I get, the person wanted to know about my graphics. I use Canva for thumbnails, and I use Envato for snippets. Like it's a bit like stock footage, you know, it's all got stock footage and graphics and all sorts on there. And I link all that in my channel details, and I grab things off of there. I go searching and find the bits that I want, and I put them in. And yeah, I love my editing program. My husband does do the basics now. I'm sorry I'm waffling, but my husband does do the basics now. I pay him to do that. So I don't have to do all the boring stuff. And then I come in and do all the twiddly bits and talk over. So there you go.
I don't do any of that. I could barely set up this live.
Right, got any more questions that we've missed?
Yes, we've got Sonia. Yes, Sonia, I spoke to Just For You Online. They no longer sell any colorants or resin inclusions because I've got some absolutely stunningly breathtaking mica powders from Just For You Online that I've used in recent videos, but they're no longer available. Just For You Online said they're focusing purely on resin. They no longer sell any colorants, pigments, micas, nothing. And they advised that I go to someone else's page, and I'm sure someone here will know, because this conversation was about 5 days ago and my brain has gone. Hi, Claire Bear. And thank you for the congratulations on the wedding. I'm trying to think if yes, they no longer sell it and they've told me to go somewhere else. However, they've told me that they might not have the ballet slipper. They might not have those colours. Craft and Bloom. Thank you, Naomi.
Laurie, do you have problems with wearing glasses and respirator mask? Well, I actually have one that goes around here. My glasses sit on top, so I don't have a problem with that. Do you, Claire?
I don't wear glasses. These are reading only.
I couldn't see without my glasses. I've got to wear them. So yeah, I've got the nose one that goes, it doesn't go straight over the face. Only when I'm out in the garage doing turning, and then I've got a whole face visor, but my glasses fit underneath.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to. The optician said don't wear these unless you are reading. I was like, okay. But then the minute I take them off, my whole world is blurry. So it takes a minute for my eyes to get back to normal. But I've only just, if you've just joined, I just had to run downstairs and get these because I realised why I need them.
Right, Barbara says, question, what's the best way to use artificial flowers in a resin table? You've done a lot on flowers, haven't you? Artificial flowers now? I've done a bit.
And no, not real flower. Like
artificial flowers they're obviously going to be easier to put in a table than real flowers, because you can burn real flowers if the resin heats up too much. You're going to have to enclose it, obviously, but I've never done it. Have you? I've never spent that much money on resin to put it all together in one place. I've done a round table that was Let's Resin sponsored that one, so they gave me the resin, but I'm not rich. I don't have enough money to go out and spend money on a table that I'm making myself. Do you? Do you get that? I don't know.
I'm not confident. So Claire Bear, I'm not going to make Essential this year. I've recently made that decision, but I'll let Wendy answer you in a second. I am not confident enough to do flower preservation. I'm not a fan of. It's different if I'm making something for myself, a little tray. I've done pressed flowers, so you will have all seen on my Yvonne, no it's not on my channel, you would have seen me use pressed leaves, pressed flowers. But when it comes to actual flowers that need to be put into silica and dried out, I think I've done one video on it. I'm not if you know me, you know that I will throw a tantrum if I'm not immediately good at something. If I don't get immediate okay result, like even if the results are just okay and I think, oh, I can work on this, then I won't try it again. And for me, flowers in resin is just not where I want to go. And it's multi-layered and patience and no. Can I just answer? I don't know if she's still here, but Gia asked about Jesmonite retarder. I avoid Jesmonite AC100 retardation at all costs, because it does work. Basically it's a liquid that you put into Jesmonite to elongate the work time, but it's minimal, like literally minimal, that you put in. And the last time I tried putting any of this liquid into Jesmonite AC100, it was still 2 hours and it hadn't cured. So no, I don't bother with it. What I do with Jesmonite, I just make sure everything's ready. Everything's laid out, ready. I'm ready to go. So I don't have to use a retarder. I can just go, mix, pour, done. Sorry, Gia's done. Aaron asked a question about transfers.
How are you getting these? I've missed all these questions.
I'm kind of like quickly writing them down.
Right.
Aaron asked whether if Aaron's still here, I think Aaron asked whether I prefer UV DTF stickers or thank you. Oh my God, Fernando, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Your content has gotten me through the darkest days from Florida. Keep chucking it all in. Wendy, I so enjoy your content and kindness as well.
Oh, bless.
Amazon packages, Claire made you do it all over. Claire made you do it again. Fernando, thank you so much. That's incredible. Guys, thank you so much for your generosity. Please don't anyone feel like you need to super chat me at all. But thank you. Is the chat still going?
Yeah. Have you finished with that question?
I'm so sorry. What was I saying? Aaron.
I didn't sound like you'd finished with it.
Yeah, I've never used transfers, so I've only ever really used. Have I used transfers? I don't think I have. I've used UV DTF stickers and I've used temporary tattoos.
Yeah.
And for me, obviously, UV DTF stickers are all AI. They're AI art generated, and I know that's not for everybody. I've already had people say like they don't support AI art. I get it. I just would never be able to paint like that.
Yeah.
So I am loving the UV DTF, yeah, for sure.
Right, Nicole says, Wendy, do you have hobbies outside of resin? I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to. I suppose wood turning is outside of resin, but I tend to turn things that have resin in them, so it kind of really is resin as well.
Sorry, Highland, thank you so much. Sorry to interrupt, Wendy.
Bless.
Highland, thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you so much.
So I don't knit, I don't crochet. I don't really get time because I work as well. what time I have not at work, I am editing and putting together another video. So I would like to get out and do more turning. That's a hobby that I would like to do more of. So yeah, that's about it, really.
Wendy, same. I miss it so badly. I miss
Yeah.
it so badly. My lathe is literally still in the garage, probably rusting out at this point because the garage is so damp. I've got nowhere for it to go. I don't have a workshop. I miss it so much. Highlands, thank you so much. Nicole, no, I haven't. No, I haven't is the answer to your question, Nicole. Don't remember what the question was. I just wrote Nicole, no, I haven't.
What was slide paper? I just read that. Yes, I have. I've done that.
Wendy, are you going to be at Makers Central this year?
I honestly, I don't know if I can get the time off of work. If I can get the time off of work, potentially. Now, I just found out, obviously, that Claire's not going. I don't know. I may do. There are friends I think that are going, and I would like to see them. So I would probably go to see them, i.e. Wayne and Valerie, if they go. And so if they say to me they're going, then I will go. Yeah. But I'm not one for just turning up not knowing anyone. Do you know? I'm not like that. I prefer to have company. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Michelle, thank you. Chippy says you made her buy water slide paper.
Well, you know, you can't go wrong with water slide paper, really. I mean, it is very thin and it is a bit fiddly, but you can get some amazing results from it anyway. There you go. I don't do it often enough.
So Makers Central is, if anyone here knows Nick Zametti, I don't know if it's still his baby. I think he sold the show, but Nick Zametti created a show called Makers Central. It's at, oh, my alarm's just gone off for the premiere live chat on my channel.
Oh.
And it's at Birmingham NEC, and it's always like around the second week of May. And
it's the 17th this year, 17th,
yeah,
19th.
It's that weekend of May, 17th, 18th. And I went last, well, I've been a couple years now, and I went last year. And again, like you, Wendy, I want to go because I want to see people like Abby, who's here, Lady Boss Stitch, who's here, and her partner James, like there she is. I want to go because Abby is exhibiting this year.
Wow.
Lady Boss Stitch is exhibiting this year at Makers Central with her incredible work, selling all of her incredible work. And one of the reasons I wanted to go was to just sit with Abby behind her stall and just like put a cap on and a scarf around and just drink tea and just be like, I'm here for Abby. And no, like, but I think anyone who doesn't know, I don't want to be like a proper parrot on repeat, but I did get sick from last year's show. And it's putting me
home, and it lasted quite a long time as well, didn't it?
It's putting me off going back. Again, you can catch COVID anywhere, but I'd never caught it before. I caught it from Makers Central last year. I shared a car 3-4 hours all the way home with Wendy and Daniel Cooper. Daniel Cooper, myself, and Wendy. Daniel Cooper came to my house. Wendy picked us both up from my house, and we drove. We drove all the way up to.
It was a good road trip.
Birmingham. Such a good road trip. And then Wendy brought us both back home as well. And then by the time I actually walked in my front door, I was already feeling rough, and I felt absolutely terrible because I had been in the car with Wendy and Daniel. So I messaged them I think it was 2 days later, I took a COVID test, just because I'd hugged that many people. I felt pure guilt that I might have gone and made other people sick. So,
well, you don't know, did you?
Why did you take a test? Nobody does that anymore. I do that. I do that. All right, because I don't want to go and meet you if you're going to tea with your grandma later on this evening. It's called being responsible. So then I messaged Wendy and Daniel. I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. I've got COVID. And we were in the car together. Luckily, they didn't get sick, but I got sick, and I got very, very, very sick.
Yeah, we didn't get a thing.
I got kidney problems. I ended up in hospital, and then I ended up with a bad back, and I just don't want to go through that again. And it was about 6 weeks it took me before I could
come down on you hard, didn't it?
Walk straight.
Right, Laura says, question, do you have any recommendations for videos on learning to turn? Now, I would automatically say, because I'm biased, Emma the Tiny Turner's YouTube channel, you could not go wrong by watching her. She actually does lessons, not on YouTube, but she is so good at turning. She is just, well, I think she's a master, but there you go. That's just my personal opinion. So go check out the Tiny Turner's YouTube channel for turning. Any more questions?
Moray said, when am I next in Scotland? I am in Scotland in June. We are back up in Scotland in June for our wedding part 2 at Gretna Green.
Oh, it's your blessing thing, isn't it? The one that you've got paid for.
Yeah,
you got the money there. They gave you the money.
Hand fasting, the old Outlander hand fasting. I am enjoying my new craft room. Thank you. Yeah, I love it. I do crack my head off. You see this line here? There's a line.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the eaves.
Right.
This is also a line. So every now and again I knock myself silly.
But you're not that tall, Claire. How does that work?
I mean, firstly, rude. Secondly, it's right here. And I'm sitting down.
I don't think I better come up there. I won't fit. Hi, Debs.
Yeah, there was talk of us doing that years ago, but I've stopped collaborations now. I don't generally do collaborations, and that again, that even though I love Wendy and I'm on the phone to Wendy every other day, I just don't do collaborations. The only collaborations I do right now are direct with molds and shapes. I collaborate with other molds and shapes ambassadors and collaborators. That's pretty much it. Erin, guys, oh my gosh, guys, thank you so much, Erin. That is seriously generous, guys. You're all being very, very generous tonight. Please don't anyone think that you have to super chat. I didn't even think to turn that off, but thank you all so much.
Now, Jane said, question, does anyone here watch Sprague wood turning? Sprague? Am I pronouncing that right?
I've heard of.
I've not heard of that one. I'm so sorry. But then I don't go searching on YouTube for wood turning videos. I used to, but not
me
anymore.
I've not heard. Jeff left a message about driving past the British Craft Centre. I don't know what that is or where that is. Do you know, Wendy?
No, I've never heard of it. I'm sorry.
Jeff, are you still here? I've not been there. I don't know what it is. Right, take a drink every time Claire says collaborate. CB.
Barbara said
every time Claire says burn from now on.
What are you looking at? What? Right. Barbara says, who makes the best molds that are affordable? What do you think, Claire?
Honestly, it's hard. It's a bit hypocritical for me to answer that because I'm usually gifted. So I don't want to say like, oh, if I wasn't in this position, I would be buying only molds and shapes. I would be buying, because I'm not in that position. Does that make sense?
It does.
If I'm buying molds for myself, which I've just done actually last week before, on my channel, I did a huge Shein silicone mold haul. Now,
from them.
When I buy silicone molds for myself to use on my channel, again, that's coming from my Patreon. That's coming from my Patreon support. Whereas I just love, you know me, guys. I love molds and shapes. I love Nicole mold. Oh my gosh. Molds and Shapes are very different to Nicole Mold. They do very different things, but Nicole Mold recently sent me, you know, some of her stunning molds. I can't wait to use this one. This is like a pot with a bunny rabbit lid. It's an Easter egg pot, but with a bunny rabbit lid.
Lovely.
So it's really hard for me to say.
Personally,
I don't pay for them.
I'm going to put my 10 pence worth in here. I've never bought from Shein. What you buy on Amazon isn't necessarily great quality, and although Temu has got a bad reputation for lots of things, I do shop at Temu. They have some amazing, they probably all ripped off, and I'm not saying it's a good thing, but when you don't have a lot of money and you're looking for a mold, sometimes you just have to go with it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense to you? I'm not a rich person. I don't have a lot of disposable income. I have some, but not a lot. I pay my husband most of the time. So so yeah, I do shop at Temu.
Temu and Shein.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? We don't get a lot of we don't get a lot of choice here in the UK, do we? We do not get a lot of choice. What molds are made in the UK?
AliExpress, Temu, Shein.
They're all pretty much the same, aren't they, really?
They're all the same. And everything that you can get from them sites, you can get here on Amazon for next day delivery at 5 times the price.
Right, C. Blaney says, question, is there such a thing as an easy animation software? I don't know. I don't do my own animation. As I said, I go to Envato and I download snippets of animation other people have done. So I pay to use Envato, but I can download as much as I want. And they've got a vast amount on there. So you can pretty much pick up what you want on there. And if you're lucky, you can find little sequences to add together, like the Halloween one that I did this year. All of that was little sequences that somebody had put together, and I nicked each one and put them together in a story. No, it's a Christmas one. That's what it was. So yeah, I just use it on my normal Final Cut Pro software. Right, what else we got here? Wendy, Wendy, are you going to use Valerie's Slave when you come up to mine? Absolutely, Wayne. And you're going to give me more lessons, aren't you?
Thank you so much. I can only see A5. Thank you so much.
Glossy B.
Thank you so much. Connie had a question ages ago. I don't know if Connie's still here. I've written down Connie UV, and then I've also got Jeff Sleaford. So Sleaford, I know, is in Lincolnshire because we were looking at moving there. Never been there, Jeff. The British Craft Centre in Sleaford, Wendy, is what Jeff was driving past and wondered if it was any good. Has anyone
heard of it? Sorry.
Centre.
I'm from south of London, so everything goes on up there, and I miss it all.
She's in Kent, so she's practically French. Any more questions, guys? You know, every time I get an amazing super chat, guys, thank you so much. Honestly, don't anyone feel that you have to do that, but it freezes my chat, so then I don't realise that the chat is continuing. Oh, I could probably use the rubber on the end of my pencil, couldn't I? No, obviously not.
Right, question. Wendy, do you use your laser cutter enough to warrant the cost of it? I would use it more if I had more time to learn it better. I absolutely love my laser, and to be honest with you, I use the blade a lot more than the laser because I cut out stickers and things that you would normally do on a Cricut. I do all that on my laser, so I do use it a lot. If you was going to buy something like that, you really do need to make use of it for hobby, or for like lasering things to sell. So yeah, I think personally it is worth it, but then I love it, so I would say that, wouldn't I? But you don't use yours, do you, Claire?
No. So Izzy, it's true. It does feel like everything happens further north than London. Yeah, no, when I got my laser machine, I got it on the premise. It'll be like the same as Wendy as well. Sometimes when you do a collaboration with a company, there'll be a clause in which for in return for the machine, they want this. So in return for the machine, they wanted 3 videos, minimum 8 minutes long. And I said, absolutely no problem. Once I'd done that 3rd video, I packed it away and it became, it turned winter. So basically I needed to use it outside. I was using it outside. If you remember those videos, I had to use it outside. The hose was billowing out with the smoke. So I had to transfer the whole machine outside to use it outside. And then, of course, autumn came, winter came, so I couldn't do that. And then they did message me and say, like, are you going to use it again? I promise I'm going to use it again. It's just I can't right now because I need to use it outside. So then spring rolls around and, you know, it's before you know it, a year has gone, making excuses really. But I did fulfill my side of the brief. It's just I haven't yet started using it again, and then of course we moved out. So at the moment it is tightly wrapped up in lots and lots of fabric. It is very protected, so I will be getting it out in the springtime and I will be using it again.
Right, Star Bright question: difference between blue UV lamps and purple?
Say that again. What was that?
Question: difference between blue UV lamps and purple?
I don't know. I didn't know there were differences.
There's different colour. One's blue, one's purple. That's pretty much all I know.
John? Do we know John?
Who's John? Are you with me, Claire?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, question.
Checking that we know John.
Do we know
Not
John?
sure I've seen anyone though, Chippy. Yvonne. Connie out, first thin layer of clear. Oh, Connie, I've missed Connie's question yet again.
What is it?
I don't know because I've missed it again. But let me scroll. If I scroll back, Connie asked a question a while ago.
Right, I got it. My question is: can you use UV resin to hold something down in a mold when you use regular resin over the top of the UV? Will everything cure properly? My answer is yes. What's your answer?
I would say yes as well. But remember, guys, that Wendy did this experiment. I haven't got them here. Wendy did an experiment. This is Wendy. I don't know how you guys are actually seeing us on your screen, but for me, Wendy's here. Wendy did an experiment where UV resin actually does come off of.
It does.
Epoxy resin.
It does.
Just because you're top coating your epoxy resin with UV, actually, Wendy found that it can chip straight off. There's no immediate bond there.
Yeah, it does. However, if you're burying it in the centre of 2-part epoxy resin, it ain't going to go anywhere, is it? So if you're using UV resin to hold something down in the centre of a pour, and then filling it up with 2-part epoxy resin, it's not going to make any difference. It'll stay there and it will be fine.
Yes. Oh, Lady Boss, I missed it. Oh, missing it all. Hey, TFB.
Right, what else we got?
Yes, Erin, use UV resin to hold down things, hold pieces down in. What have I got? I've got Sleaford, Jeff, done that. I've got Connie UV, done that. Nicole, done that. No, I haven't. Kristen. I wrote Kristen, and I didn't write what Kristen wanted to know. I'm really good at this.
Right, let's go back up. I'm going to go back up. Find Kristen. See if we can find Kristen. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Oh, George is literally down here curled up in a ball on his bed.
Kristen, I haven't got there yet. No, I can't find it. I'm sorry. Kristen, ask it again, Kristen.
Kristen, if you're still here, can you ask again? I'm so sorry. CB, I've eaten a bar of chocolate flapjack. Has anyone got any questions for Wendy and myself that are not resin related? That are not... Someone asked a while ago how we managed to film 3 videos. I think it was Lauren. how we managed to do YouTube and have our lives as well. Oh,
Well, that's
blessing.
your speciality. That's not really mine. My life has disappeared.
Yeah, it's getting easier for me now that I'm here because I've got more of a life here.
Chippy says my question is about your hair. What was it about my hair? Oh, you said that I've got it dark so that I can see myself in the mirror when I haven't got any glasses on. I don't think that was a question. And you're probably right, actually.
Abby!
Claire, what's your favourite air fryer recipe, Claire?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Abby. George has just left the room. He doesn't like it when I sing. George, come. Hey. I won't sing again, promise. Happy birthday, Abby. Claire, how is it feeling to be a wife? It's good. I feel a lot better for being a wife. Thank you so much. Like, somehow it's solidified everything. After 18 years, I can now say husband and not my partner, my other half, my boyfriend.
Right, Lady Boss Stitch says, Claire, what's your favourite air fryer recipe?
So far, my favourite is like when you it's two, so you need both drawers, and in the left hand drawer it's like this absolutely beautiful, like almost coated vegetable, and then in the right hand side is when you've got like it's like chicken, and they're like coated in like a breadcrumb, so like
nice.
Yeah, chicken nuggets and chips basically.
I love my air fryer.
But pizza. We have done a few pizzas in the air fryer.
Right, question. Can you wish Abby a happy birthday before we've done that? Abby, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And happy birthday, Cindy, for tonight.
Question, Wendy, what purple hair dye do you use? I have no clue. My hairdresser lady does it. And at the moment, she's putting in 3, because I go every 5 to 6 weeks to my hairdresser. I have been for about 10 years because I can't see to do anything anymore. So I go to her. She does, at the moment, she's doing 3 different lots of purple and then 3 different lots of really dark blue. I don't know if you can see the blue coming through.
Yes, love.
And originally it was pink and purple, but I got fed up with the pink, so we're going blue and purple now.
Linda,
so it's just like creeping down, growing out now. And I'm actually growing out the blonde, and I'm almost all the blonde is gone. It's just my natural grey hair now.
Love that.
So yeah, naturally white. It's a bit bad, isn't it, really? But yeah, I've decided to just hang it all and go with it, you know? That's what I am. I mean, it's white anyway on top, isn't it?
One of you to the side for me. I'll pick it up when I come up.
Right, question. Someone asked if you could use window clings in resin, and yes, you can.
Yeah, I answered that a while back, but I answered it very flippantly. Like, I just said her name and they said, yes, you can.
Oh.
So you might not have realised.
Give me 2 seconds. I've got to get a tissue for my nose.
No worries. Is anyone else in the chat right now going to make us central? So I've already said I'm not going to make us central this year. Wendy has not yet decided if she can. She doesn't know if she can get the time off work. To get accustomed to wearing your wedding ring. Yeah, it's very. Yeah, I take it off a lot. I showed you before. I've got these cones, these Jesmonite cones that I just had because I made them ages ago, and I literally just put my rings on the cones. I've got one in my bathroom, one in my kitchen, but I'm not used to yet I can't wash my hands. You know, you go to the toilet, you wash your hands. I can't just wash my hands with my rings on. I find that very odd. Everything has to come off for me to wash my hands properly. Equally, when I'm doing the dishes, loading the dishwasher, when I'm doing laundry, when I'm cooking, it all has to come off. I
never ever take mine too off.
Yeah.
They just stay. I mean, I don't even think they will come off now. They've been on there so many years. That one is new, to be fair. I was allergic to my wedding ring, believe it or not. So we had to get new ones made.
I would say yes, you do. You have to have everything written there. How to look after the resin, care plan, how to do everything with the resin. Gee, I just asked a question. Scroll back down because my brain is not braining. Have either of you ever done a peekaboo resin piece?
I've put a peekaboo dog. I think maybe that was something I maybe did without being recorded. I've done peekaboo dogs, but I've lasered them on wood stuff. So I don't think I recorded it. So I've done them, but I haven't recorded it. There you go.
I don't know what it is. What is peekaboo resin?
Peekaboo, this peekaboo animal, as far as what I think they mean, is like a little dog peering over the top of something, or a cat. They're cute little images.
Okay.
No? So, and I've done them on lasers. Like I said, I've actually given away as presents for people on coasters, but I don't think I've recorded it. No.
Cindy, happy 50th birthday. Abby, sorry to interrupt you, Wendy. Abby, have you gone live? Abby, is your first video out now? And also, Wendy, you had a question regarding your shop and regarding the Tiny Turners mica. Do you ship to South Africa, Kirsty?
I ship to most places. I used to ship everywhere, but unfortunately at the moment I don't ship to the EU or Northern Ireland. Saying that, I have shipped to Northern Ireland because it slipped through the net, and I have had an order from Netherlands, but I don't think I can ship there. But South Africa, I think it's fine. Yes. So there you go. I go to Australia. I ship to Australia, to America. It goes all right the way around. It's just the EU, which is next door, that I can't ship to because there are no rules. But there you go.
So, Lady Boss Stitch here in the comments section is Abby. Abby has just this week launched her YouTube channel. Guys, if you want to launch a YouTube channel,
congratulations. Can you put a link in or not?
Do it. Just do it. I don't know how to put links in while I'm live, but if any of my moderators, maybe Moray would know how to do that. I can't do, guys. I don't know how I'm here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I'm here.
I'm not a moderator, so I can't do it for you.
Hey, Edward. Canada is in the house. Abby and James are coming to my house, Wendy.
Oh, cool.
I'm so excited. They're actually coming to me before they go to Maker Central.
Oh, that's cool.
Where I've moved to now is only 1 hour from Birmingham.
That's cool. Well, why don't you go to Makers then? Or you're just not bothering this? No, you said. Sorry, I remember. God, I'm getting old. Yeah. I
remember. Yeah, I just messaged Makers Central the other day and just said, Sally, I'm not coming now. I'm not going to come. Claire and Wendy, is there anything you can't do resin-wise? I can't do blooms. I tried blooms, and if you were with us earlier in the chat, if I try something and I can't do it, and I really can't do it, I don't try it again. I immediately sulk, throw my dummy out of the pram, and I think, do you know what? I didn't want to do you anyway. There are because there's enough people doing blooms.
There are things that I haven't tried. I've never tried doing a beach, a wave, because at the time when it came out, it was very popular. Everyone was doing it, and I thought, what's the point in being another person doing that thing? So there are things that I've never tried deliberately. Is there anything I can't do? Well, there's always going to be some that you can't do, but I can't think of anything offhand. Can you?
Well, I don't know you. I don't know anything about what you can do and what you can't do. I can't do blooms indoors. I can't do it.
Well, I'm not very good at blooms, but I don't do them very often because, again, there's so many people out there that can do them really well. So I, what's the point? Do you know? Does that make sense? It makes sense to me anyway. I'm autistic.
MLE says, Wendy, do your soundproofing things work?
Yes, they do. I've got no carpet on the floor, no lino. It's tiled. It's a tiled floor, so it echoes in here. So I have to put the soundproof up in, otherwise you get an echo with every recording. So yes, they do work. I don't like the look of them, mind you. I think they look horrible, but they work.
Teresa 22-23. Oh, what did I do? What did I just press? Oh, Teresa 22-23 degrees. Barb can't do blooms either. Yay. And Linda, she loves how excited my fingers get in videos. Thank you.
Right. Emolio Macalini said, question, sorry about that pronunciation. Sorry about my bad English. How can I do to have a solid colour with UV resin? UV resin relies on light going through it to cure. So it won't cure if no light goes through it. So if it's a solid colour, it won't cure. So you can't have solid colour with UV resin unless it's such a thin layer that the light has only got to cure the top. There you go.
A question from Mashal. Mashal asks me specifically, do I ever stop when I'm doing something? And I often say, like, I don't know when to stop because I just want to put more and more and more in. Mashal said, do I ever stop? Like, is there a time when I do stop? I mean, yeah, otherwise I'd have no video. 3 days later, it's hard for me. It depends on my vision. Sometimes I think, oh, do you know what, this would go nice. No, Claire, walk away. Moray, thank you for dealing with that, whatever that was. Thank you.
Question, what are blooms? Amanda says, what are blooms?
Blooms, if you follow, there is an artist here on YouTube. It's the only artist I really know that. Wait, no, that's a lie. I know a lot of artists that do blooms, but my top recommendation for anything to do with like crackle effect, ice effect, and blooms is Petra Gerbracht. She's, oh my God, she knows. She's just so, yeah, she does it all. Petra Gerbracht. Go check her out. She does blooms.
It's basically like a flowering resin. That's basically what it is. That's why it's called blooms. It's like a flowering resin.
It's a flower, it looks like a multi-layered petal in like a peony. Almost gives peony vibes in resin. I can't do it.
Right, Highland Homemade Craft says, question, were you nervous about doing your first video, as I'll be doing mine soon and I'm nervous? I've only just recently released a short. Yeah, I was petrified, absolutely petrified, and I hate looking at that first video I did because it's just so cringeworthy. It's so cringeworthy. You did a little 3-minute one as your first one, didn't you, Claire?
No, so that was my second ever video. So I was nervous, but I think I was more nervous about the people around me at the time, because I started my channel at 40. I was still working in education. I had loads of people around me. And like, as soon as I said, oh, I'm going to put a video on YouTube, I had quite a few people laugh at me, probably not realizing that they were laughing. But it was like, all right, Claire, a bit old for YouTube kind of attitude. And so my very, very, very first video on YouTube, I love that they've put the oldest back. Have you seen that? When you go to people's videos,
no.
If you click videos, you can go underneath and it says popular,
oldest,
newest, oldest.
Yeah.
They took that away, but they've put it back now. So when you press oldest, it will take you all the way back 8 years ago to my very first video. And it was just me putting fake snow on a jar, because when I started my channel, I started my channel as a hobby.
Right.
B, it was just crafty home interior, DIY, upcycles, wall art. That was what the channel was originally. So my very first video was this with the glass jar where I just glued fake snow to it and made a Christmas lantern, because it was around Christmas time. My second ever video was a sock gnome.
Yeah, it's the one I know. I think everybody knows that one, don't they?
I think that sock gnome video not only built my channel, but hasn't helped me, because it helped me. But the problem was my second ever video, it didn't go viral. It just got popular.
Right.
It's only, I don't even know if anyone knows Moray, if anyone can see my channel from my very first video, my sock gnome video has over 1 million views now, but that's years later. So that's not a viral video. It just blew up.
Yeah,
so that got a lot of people subscribing to my channel. Well, I'm not a sock gnome channel. So I think when you start your channel, if you haven't got a niche, my niche was anything goes. 8 years ago, whatever I wanted to do, I did it.
Yeah.
I didn't really niche down. They say now you should try and niche down. But of course, I had thousands of new subscribers because they liked this sock gnome video. Of course, them people have probably never seen another video of mine ever. So that's why I say, like, you're as big as your views, because people are like, oh, Claire's got 130,000 subscribers now. But if you look, you'll see that 120,000 are not watching. Yeah. So there's no ego. There's no ego to be had here, basically, is what I'm saying. I never
it is the views that count, regardless of how many subscribers.
100%.
But people will still automatically say, oh, how many subscribers have you got? It doesn't really matter how many subscribers you got. It really does matter how many people are paying particular attention to your video.
Subscriber levels are good to get you seen and to get you recognized with brands.
Yes, I agree with that.
There's no doubt about it. But 120,000 of my subscribers do not watch me at all. At all.
Right. Kirsty says, question, have you ever watched Southern Lady Artistic pouring her heart out and Michelle Glitz and Glamour? They are good. I watch them as well as yourself, Wendy, and a few others. Yes, I've seen Pouring Your Heart Out. I've not heard of Southern Lady Artistic, but I do know Michelle Glitz and Glamour, and she puts out a video every day. She's only been going for just over a year, and she's got more subscribers than I have, because she puts out a video every day. I couldn't do that. I could
not do that. Yeah. So I have heard of pretty much everyone. I've heard of Pouring Your Heart Out, but it's the same because everyone says, oh, about Daniel's got a, you should watch Daniel's video. And I'm like, listen, I chat to Daniel all the time on WhatsApp, but I just ain't got the time to watch him. I ain't got the time to watch Wendy. I love Wendy.
What do you mean you don't watch me?
Every now and again, it'll be like 11 p.m. and I'll be like, oh my God, let me watch Wendy's latest video.
Yeah, but I'm the same. I'll sit down occasionally and I think, right, let's go through Claire's video, and I'll go to your channel and I'll go through the ones I haven't watched, and then after about 10 I'll get bored. But but because you just can't do it, you need to have a break away from YouTube, because
100%.
you put so much effort into it. You really do need to shut yourself off and just walk away and watch things about carpets and dogs and cats.
Yeah.
just to get away, you really do.
Laura had a
mental otherwise.
James. James says he doesn't watch either of us. Who are we?
Thanks, James.
Thank you so much for coming in. Laura had a question about the sweet spot for a video. I'll be honest, at the moment, YouTube are pushing and promoting longer form content. And they like longer videos. So YouTube will push your video more if it's 20 minutes long than if it was 11 minutes long. Equally, none of us, I don't know, Wendy, I don't know what your average view duration is, but every time I put out a video, I'll get messages I'll get messages on my studio, and it'll be like this. It'll be like green thumbs up, or it'll be like, and it will tell you after every single video.
Yeah, it's very patronising as well.
Fewer people are watching this. What do you think?
Why are you not getting as many views as normal?
Yeah.
It's very patronising, but the sweet spot with the amount of time, I would say, would be between 15 and 20 minutes. I didn't know that. Claire says about pushing out longer videos. I didn't know about that, to be honest with you, but I would have said 15 to 20 minutes is the sweet spot. I've been watching YouTube gurus the last week or so just to try and help me a little. I'm thinking maybe I should get with some help, and apparently under 10 minutes is good, because you can still have the advert in the middle, but under 10 minutes is really good, apparently.
But
I don't think that's long enough for a resin video personally. But
no, in my experience, if I put out a 10-minute video, my average view duration is around 4, 5, 6 minutes. If I put out a 25-minute video, my average view duration is anywhere from 11 to 15 minutes. I have never in the history of my life on YouTube ever got everyone to watch all of the video. It doesn't happen.
No,
it doesn't happen.
Because
so the longer the video, the better, because then you get a longer view duration.
Yeah. I mean, people click on your video not knowing what they're going to expect. They might watch, I've seen this one before, and click off. That's altered. That's altered the amount of time they've watched. You get a lot of people that will watch from the page. You know, when you're on your YouTube, you can see all the different ones, and it'll start playing before you've actually pushed to play. Well, that counts as actually partly watched. And if you do that for 2 minutes and then go to the next one, that's can't just 2-minute watch time on that video. so yeah, it's difficult.
I like when I do, not like my recent videos where I've just been experimenting with air dry clay and eco pouring mediums and then making silicone molds of it. I'm liking those longer videos because the video itself is like broken up into 3, right? Once saw your video about people not finishing your videos, so I make sure to let your videos complete. Laura, thank you.
Oh, blessed.
Yeah, shall we oh, I don't know. I was just gonna ask you a question, but I can't remember what it was.
I was gonna ask who a question, me or the audience?
You. I was going to ask you a question.
Oh, go on then. You can't remember what it is.
Because we were only going to do this live for about an hour. We're already an hour and 10 minutes in. But then, to be fair, we chatted for the first 10 minutes without. Has anyone got any more questions? Oh, I was going to ask you, Wendy, what channels you watch? What is your go-to relaxation YouTube content?
Okay, I like Zorro. I really like Zorro. I tend to flick through. I know. You ever heard of Zorro? Zorro picks out little bits from other people's videos and puts them all together in like a combination type thing.
Oh no, I don't know that. Sorry, I was thinking Zorro, the Masked Robin Hood.
Oh yeah, no, that's just the name of his channel. I like reaction videos to Americans reacting to English, Americans in England. I quite like watching that. I like watching rugs being cleaned. I like watching cats and dogs. Yeah, that kind of stuff really. But to be honest with you, I don't watch a lot of YouTube, not as much as I used to. I try to stay away from it while I'm relaxing. So I tend to stick something strange on Netflix on. What about you, Claire?
To answer Teresa's question, because I've seen she's asked me already. Chippy, thank you. Teresa said, what's the best resin to start with? Is it epoxy resin or polyurethane? I would say epoxy resin all day long.
Absolutely.
Get a nice one-to-one, like Let's Resin, a nice, easy, simple, or craft resin. Craft resin is also one-to-one. And just have a play. Don't start with polyurethane. There's not much you can do with polyurethane that's already white or black if you want to get any kind of result. Like if you want to put things in it, if you want to do all of the things. How does Tim handle your forgetfulness? My husband makes a little fun and then tries to remind me. Michelle, he's cool. I've told him that things are changing. My life is changing. He understands that I'm literally 48 very soon. My brain is not my brain anymore. Even when I do my voiceovers, you will all know. Even when I do my voiceovers, I'm using the wrong words for things.
I do that all the time anyway.
I can't explain. Like, you know, if people follow my home channel, my other channel is my home channel. People know I'm perimenopausal. People know my brain is not right now. Everyone knows I'm not right now. I'm using the wrong words for things. My voiceovers are taking double the time because I'm constantly, you know. Tim's cool. Tim gets it. He gets it. Fern, Row, exactly. Fern.
Right. Lisa Watson, question. Is it okay to cure silicone on a heat mat? I've just started using it, but Google responses are not very clear either way. You wouldn't, why would you cure silicone on a heat mat? There's no point.
No, you don't need to. It cures in 5, 6, 7, 8 hours.
You don't need to. It doesn't take heat to cure silicone, not like resin does. Resin needs heat. Silicone doesn't. So
Thank you, Teresa.
Claire, Wendy, you're so cute. I love you both, your channels, and watch your videos often. Oh, thank you, Shannon.
Thank you. Oh,
Right,
thank you, Sherry. Yeah.
Wendy, how often do you do videos? I do videos once a week. I have tried so many times to put a video out on Friday. I just cannot do it. Honestly, it takes all my effort to actually create something and edit it. I only get 4 days because I'm working the other 3. And if obviously I'm out shopping or anything one day, that means I've got 3 days. 3 days to actually make something and edit it and put it up. I just can't do it. I can't do more than one. I'm sorry, I try. Occasionally, if I've got something really simple and really basic, I can get another one out. But oh no, I've tried so many
times. Thank you. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, moderators. Chippy, yes, I do feel settled here. I don't know if this is our forever home, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The stairs are so steep. Like, I cannot explain it to you. When you view a house, we fell in love with this house the minute we walked in. I walked in, I was like, this is it. I don't even need to see the rest. I know it. This is it. This is it. This is it. And of course, the layout's a bit quirky. The layout's different. But the more we're here, unless we get a mobility chairlift to take us up the stairs, I genuinely don't think I'm going to be managing these stairs in 10 years, 15 years.
One of those corner lifts that go up 3 flights, you know, the little lifts. Have you seen those? They're quite cute, actually. I quite like the idea of being transported upstairs to the bedroom.
Lucy, yes, you can. Lucy White, can you use EcoPore and resin together? Many thanks. Yes, you can. You can use them. That's the thing to remember here, if anyone else is waiting for that, is that if you're using eco pouring medium with epoxy resin sticks to EcoPore, but EcoPore does not stick to resin, right? So if you've poured your resin and it's already fully cured and it's like 24 hours, 48 hours later, and then you pour in some eco pouring medium, they will not combine. It will stick temporarily and then you'll demold, and then within a week or 2 they'll just pop apart. Highland Homemade Crafts, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. There was a question back here. Sorry. Can I just back in a minute? I can't find it now. I think it was. I think the question was from Kimix or something. How far ahead do I do videos? It's about 2 or 3 weeks. I try to work for 2 or 3 weeks. Occasionally, I'll get behind if I've like had a holiday or something. And then I have to try and rush through to get them done again. But I don't like being behind. I really, it stresses me out if I'm behind. I need something next week ready, so that I know I've got a bit of breathing room. And that's just the way I am. Sorry,
Teresa, Mopsy J has a question. If you jot that down or remember that one, Wendy. Teresa has asked, what made me leave education? What made me leave teaching? And it really was the fact that if COVID hadn't happened, I wouldn't have. Like, it was just the right time. I didn't the anxiety. That's why I left. Pure anxiety. I'd never suffered with anxiety. I've been quite lucky in my life. I've never had anxiety, but I got COVID anxiety. I started getting COVID anxiety, as in health anxiety. Didn't want to go out, didn't want to be around people. And then in 2021, when my job said, hey guys, it's time to come back, I was like, no, I don't want to come back. And I didn't go back. And that was that. And I was earning peanuts on YouTube, but I thought if I quit my job, then I can do 3 videos a week on YouTube and do all the other things, and it will pay off eventually. And it took about a year, but now I'm okay.
I couldn't find that question. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I looked. I couldn't find
No worries.
it.
Oh, Laurie, that's awful. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I couldn't go back. My job was really like in and out of schools all day, on and off of buses all day, bus, train, school, into someone's house to work with their child. No, thank you. Not when COVID was still so prominent in 2021.
Yeah, it was.
I couldn't go back. I just couldn't do it. You want to start a channel, but you're terrified, Rhonda, just do it.
Yeah, just do it. You don't have to get in front of the camera if you don't want to. A lot of people don't. Do you remember Resin? Never saw his face at all. It was all written and talking and hands. You don't have to get in front of the camera. He did perfectly well, Resin. Do you know him? You're friends with him, aren't you, Claire?
I am. Yeah, I was chatting to him yesterday. He never showed his face.
Nope.
So you literally just have to do it. Just do it. And don't worry about the comments, you know, like the amount of comments. George, Rob says hello. Rob says hello, Georgie. Sorry, guys, I can't talk to him with a normal adult voice.
I don't think he mentions dogs, actually. I do it all the time.
Rose says the question was about removing, but it's gone too fast. It's gone.
What was it? Who? Rose said
something about removing bubbles, but it's gone.
I'm not very good at skimming words. Sorry.
Would an old electric sonic toothbrush work? Mopsy.
Electric sonic toothbrush? What's that for?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I get bubbles out of my pore. Would an old electric sonic toothbrush work? No. Sonic. Did you see the video I did on a sonic cleaner? Somebody suggested, a company suggested, try this. Use a sonic cleaner to get bubbles out of your resin. Because of the electric current, no, it's not currents, but it's like vibrations that go through resin, heats up your resin so fast. It will go into thermo, whatever it's called, very quickly. So I would not use anything sonic for resin. There you go.
Wendy just asked if I did buy a vibration plate. I did not. I watched Louise Singleton's video and I just thought, you know, I at the moment, no. Vibration plates, it's looking like you can get one on for about 30 or 40 pounds from like Temu, Shein, but a decent one in this country is about 100, 150, 200 pound. And I just think for what I do, I would rather spend more time bashing and whacking and slapping.
You said a long time ago, actually, Claire, that you was going to get a pressure pot. Did that ever happen?
No, because I didn't. Because because George, did it happen? George says no. So I was gonna get. So I have the Let's Resin bubble remover,
which is very good. I'm quite impressed with that, to be honest.
Yeah, I love it. And I wanted to do epoxy resin and wood turning one day, but since moving and not having my lathe up and running,
yeah, it's another huge purchase, and you just wonder. I mean, mine sits on the floor not doing anything most of the time because I don't like putting in videos because I know that people don't have pressure pots, and I don't want to say, well, you need a pressure pot for this. I don't think it's right. Do you know? So mine sit on the floor and I don't hardly use them, to be honest with you. But it's handy to have occasionally, to be honest.
Amanda says, what is my favourite, Jesmonite or resin? Honestly, I go through phases. At the moment, I'm loving epoxy resin and Jesmonite combined because I'm kind of like playing with both. But for me, epoxy resin is so much more versatile and you can do so much more with it. However, Jesmonite has just got the most organic, natural feel to it, if that makes sense. Epoxy resin, just, you know, someone messaged me. I don't know if they're here in the chat, but they wrote on my channel and they said, oh, it's another resin video. I'm waiting for more Jesmonite. And part of me is like, what more can I possibly do with Jesmonite that I've not already done? Like,
but I say that about resin, and then something will pop up.
Yeah. and then something did pop up because
Exactly. Something will pop up occasionally. It just thinks, oh, I'll try that, and it'll spark off a whole new direction.
Kernix asks why Jesmonite over Eco Pouring. So basically, Jesmonite is a brand, and all the other Eco Pouring mediums, they're all brands as well, different brands for different companies, but you just add water. Whereas Jesmonite AC100, there is an actual, it's an acrylic base, there's a liquid that comes with it. I like working with them all because they've all got different qualities, right? So the ones where you just add water, they're perfect for your nooks and crannies. Jesmonite isn't. Jesmonite, you really have to tabbity tap. So they've both got their own unique pros and cons, if you like, pros and cons. I personally feel like Jesmonite is stronger than any other eco pouring medium. However, price-wise, they're all amazing. They all do a great job for what you want.
Jesmonite is quite reasonable price, actually. I don't know why I have never bought any. I should do, really, but you kind of do it all. So, I don't know why I haven't really gone down the Jesmonite mark. I've dabbled with the eco pores. The consistency is really cold when it's cast, when it's done. It's cold to the touch, and that is quite odd to me. I don't know. I'm not 100% around the idea of it being like pottery. I don't know. I have to get my head around that one, I think. Anyway, question. Tom and Lauren. Question. Let's Resin or Resiners, would you prefer for debubbler?
Me personally, I prefer the Let's Resin one because it's bigger. The Let's Resin one is gargantuously massive. You can fit the so the resiners one, you can fit these cups in, these ones, but the Let's Resin one, you can fit these cups in.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. I know they have brought out resiners have brought out a bigger size, which I haven't tried. The J Diction one I think I had before. Do you have that one, Claire? Did you have the J Diction one? No? Am I talking out my bum
No,
here?
I've just got a Resiners bubble machine, which worked a dream, by the way.
No, it was Resiners. Yeah,
It
you're right.
worked a dream. They both work. But I can just fit more in the Let's Resin one, that's all. I'm just lazy.
Yeah. I don't use my Resiners one because I found the little stopper on the back really awkward. Whereas the Let's Resin one, you just take the top off. It's simple.
That's true too. So yeah, Regina, I'm just writing down your question, Regina, and then I'll get back to you.
Right, Julie says, how do you resolve colour fading in eco pores?
I just add more colour. I mean, it is more prominent in other eco pouring medium than others, but I would just add a little bit more colour so that when you do demold, it might look like you've gone too dark, but then when you demold, it's holding its colour a little bit more. I have just found that Jesmonite holds colour better than other eco pouring mediums. It's just what I've found. It's my personal opinion. So I don't want anyone taking that as, because I will still use other eco pouring mediums. I love them all, but they're just all very different when it comes to holding colour. Regina says pros and cons of a heat mat.
Pros and cons of a heat mat. Have you got any cons? Because the only con I can think of is occasionally if you cover it completely and something is cured inside, you can get condensation. So don't cover things completely when they're on the heat mat. You don't want the condensation in there when it's curing. You can overheat something if you've poured it on the edge of its pour. So if you've got a resin that can only do 15 ml, for instance, and you've poured 2 centimeters, you can risk the exothermic reaction if you put it on a heat mat. But the pros of heat mats are amazing. It will reduce the bubbles, it will cure quicker, and it will cure nicer. So there you go.
I agree. I love the con for me, the con for the heat mat is my blatant disrespect for my tools and equipment because it gets coated in. I don't look after it. That's a con. but equally I've still got the same heat mat.
Yeah.
For me, the con for the heat mat is it bends. Like for me, my heat mat is no longer flat. So if I put anything on it, I need to flatten down the edges so that my final piece isn't bumpy. I don't know why I'm doubling up on my words here. Regina answered that question. Australia, Jesmonite. I do believe Jesmonite is sold in Australia. If you have a look, maybe it's not. I thought it was. If you have a look on the Jesmonite official website, they've got an official list of official stockists. I'm sure Australia's on there. What heat mat do you use? Laurie, I think Wendy and myself both use heat mats from like Let's Resin, but also I've got like a reptile.
Yeah, same.
Reptile. If you can buy them on Amazon, they're called reptile heat mats for when you keep reptiles in a tank to warm the.
Yeah, I do have a really nice one from Mistoyo as well, and that's got a really nice timer on it, so you can know that it's going to turn off. And I think that's a big plus for that. So you can walk away and know that you're not going to forget to leave it on for 10 hours. You know, it'll turn off after 2 or 4.
Has anyone got any more questions? We were only going to go live for 1 hour and it's been an hour and a half because, oh my gosh, that time has flown by. Has anyone got any more questions for Wendy and myself?
Right, there was a question back here, something about druses. What is the price difference between UK and Canada? I wanted to buy some of Wendy's druses, and the other one lost my words. The Canada, when someone buys through Shopify, I get told how much they've spent in Canadian dollars. And I am always astonished because it looks like double what I've asked for. But it's just the exchange rate. I'm not asking any more from Canadian people than I am from UK people. It's the exchange rate. So I don't know if I sell something for £15 and it's coming up to you for $30. Is that a lot to you? I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? So I just price things as I would in the UK for UK people, and those that are buying from outside in different countries, their exchange rate may mean that it sounds more expensive or sounds less expensive. I don't know. Right, what resin do you think stops yellowing for the longest? Well, I don't think.
I
don't think any resin stops yellowing. But Let's Resin, I've just bought out one, an outdoor resin, and I'm quite eager to try that, but I haven't tried it yet, so I can't tell you. You got any clues on that one?
Moray, happy anniversary for yesterday, 20th anniversary. For me, I don't have my resin bottles long enough for them to yellow. However, I have had plenty resins go yellow.
You mean you mean things that have made? I think they mean things that are made with resin go yellow. Everything goes yellow over time.
Yeah. But both. In my old house, I had some Vista.
I remember you saying, yeah.
I had some Vista resin, and when I went to use it, the one of the part A or part B was almost brown. But you see, resin has a shelf life.
Yeah.
You have to use your resin. You can't just go out buy resin and think that will be all right in 2 years' time, because it won't be. Mixed to molds. Yes, someone did ask, do we have mixed to mold here?
Mixed to mold?
Yeah, mixed.
Never heard of it.
To mold. I think it's an eco-pouring medium, but I don't.
I've never heard of that one.
How do you dispose of unused resin? When you say CB, when you say unused, do you mean resin left in pots or spillages? Because it's different.
Those that are in bottles have to be disposed of at the tip, because they've got their own chemical
Absolutely.
waste.
So yes, unless in case nobody knew that, you absolutely cannot, must not, should not ever put your empty resin bottles in your normal household bin. They should go to your local county tip. Here in the UK, every county and every town has a local tip. And you have to go there and you have to hand it over to the toxic waste section. And I have done that. I have done that religiously. I couldn't bear the thought of putting my empty resin bottles in.
Tom and Lauren says, what do you do with all the pieces that you make?
Abby, yes.
I store a lot of mine. Sorry?
No,
I store a lot of mine. I give to charity. The Hospice in the Weald is for cancer patients, and I give to them religiously because I lost my late husband to cancer, and they were really good to him. So they get every year. I have a clear out, and they get a huge package from me. I sell some. I give some away. And what about you, Claire?
Mine builds up. Every now and again I'll get a message saying, can I please buy that thing that you made in that video? And then I'll take 3 months to post it. Chippy knows what I'm talking about because she's still waiting. But my stuff builds up and builds up and builds up. I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of created pieces that I've made on my channel over the few years. And I just thought that I will at some point do a craft fair. My plan is, now that I'm here, I'm settled, I've moved. Where I've moved to, there's quite a big art scene. Someone else just asked me about what other classes I'm going to do. I can't remember the name. Who was it asked me about what classes I'm doing? So basically, there's quite a big art scene here. So I already know that I'm going to be able to do some craft fairs coming up in the next year to sell my things. If not, car boot sales. Car boot. Everything £3, everything £2. Just get some money back because
I actually helped with the stacking of the boxes that Claire was packing to move, and there is a lot. And there are pieces, there's beautiful stuff, really could sell at craft fairs, so you really should go to craft fairs for that. You do well. I think you do.
Wendy, I don't know. There's been a message, and whatever's happened with Wendy, I am so sorry, Wendy. I'm sending you hugs as well. I've missed the chat, so I don't know what happened, but I am so sorry for your loss.
It was 20 years ago. I was with her 20 years ago. I'm now remarried to my husband, who's.
Were you actually talking about it, Wendy?
I said I gave to charity, Hospice in the Weald, because no, that's all right. Because my late husband died of cancer, and the Hospice in the Weald were really lovely to him. So that's the charity I use. That's what I was saying to it. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's all right. I know that's information I already knew, but I was just writing.
Yeah. I just threw that in there. I didn't mean to make a big fuss of it because it was 20 years ago. You have to move on, don't you? You have no choice. So, but yeah, they were really good to him. So that's the charity I support.
Rob was just saying it's easier for him to make stuff than it is to sell stuff. Like, it is the harder part.
Absolutely, you've got to be a salesman.
Yeah, and I think because it's different for someone like me who is monetized on YouTube. It's different because I'm making the things, but I'm getting paid from Google. I'm not. It's different, and I often get people saying, I've started making things, but I can't sell anything. What do I do? So that's always harder. It's harder because if you're making just to sell, that's hard. That's hard. I did have an Etsy, but I closed it a long time ago.
I think, to be honest with you, those that live in America, I don't know about other countries, but I know America is a very crafty nation, and they have so many craft fairs and that kind of thing going on. And they're massive. It's massive out there. The handmade way people are is just, they're brought up like it. They hand make all the time, and I for one would love to live in America because of that. Here in UK, it's kind of out there. It's really odd to be a handcrafter in the UK. I think the people that live in America probably have an easier time of it going to craft fairs and selling their goods.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to get round to there. Very convoluted, but you know what I mean.
Teresa, yes, some resins do keep better than other resins. It just, if you don't open them at all. I've had resin sitting in a bottle for well over a year and it's clear, crystal clear.
Yeah.
Mopsy, yes, I do plan on doing more classes. I'm not going to lie, I want to do all of them. I want to do a Power Tex. I think it's called Power Tex. They run some Power Tex classes. I've never done Power Tex. I want to do some Power Tex. I also want to take a silver clay class. But I doubt very much I would ever do silver clay because it's just ridiculously expensive for what it is.
It is.
I'd rather do real silver. I would rather make real silver things than buy silver clay. Laurie, do you? Oh, I love the look of it. I want to do it. I can't wait. They run Power Tex classes at this place where I'm going to do my art classes. Nothing. Gone too quick.
You know what I'd like to do?
Abby, yeah, true. I do hate flying.
I'd like to make rugs. I know that sounds really stupid. In a tufting. Oh,
yes,
you know, I'd love to try tufting.
Artsy Mad Woman.
You what?
Do you follow Artsy Mad Woman?
Yeah, well, she did tufting, does she?
Artsy Mad Woman was my original inspiration. Like when someone said, who inspired you? I'm talking years ago, like 6 years ago.
Yeah. I haven't followed her for quite a while.
I watched Artsy Mad Woman, because she stopped doing resin. But then she's all about the rugs now on Instagram.
Really? Oh no, I'm gonna be in her shadow again if I do that. No, I really want to do it. Yes, exactly. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. I haven't got enough room. That's the trouble. I've got a tiny little room.
I'll send you the link to her Instagram. Obviously, I know you're busy and we're both busy, but she makes some very cool rugs and she's very much like me. Like she's definitely down like the skull aesthetic.
Right. Like, yeah.
She's more down that aesthetic.
Yes. Yeah, she's that kind of person though. I mean, it's great. I'll have to have a look actually. That'd be cool. Yeah, I do like watching those though on TikTok and Instagram.
Will I run a class, Mopsy? No, probably not. I thought about it when I moved here. I did think about it because when I moved here, I was looking online and I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't see Jesmonite. I can't see anyone running a Jesmonite class. So I looked through their classes. They had like 3 months worth of classes and not one was Jesmonite. So I was just like, oh my gosh, when we move, I'm going to be able to maybe do a class on Jesmonite. Looks like no one around there does it, blah, 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 blah. When we finally moved and I got the updated list of classes,
there's a Jesmonite class.
There's a Jesmonite class. And I knew her because I recognised the name.
Really?
I know her. So I went straight to Instagram and I was like, do you run these classes? And she was like, yeah, you don't live here. I was like, I'm moving there. So no, I don't think I want to run a class. Like she did say, do you want to run classes? I said, not really. Like, not really. I just like, it was so cool to see your name running the class here. Like, is so cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Mopsy J. I've thought about it. I just don't know at the moment.
Thought about what?
Running an art class.
Yeah.
At the Galleria where I go, because they do resin there as well. But I'm a bit weird with resin. I wouldn't run a class on epoxy resin.
I'd have to have everybody with a mask on.
Yeah, unless everyone in that room had a respirator, gloves, and they don't.
Signed a disclosure in case they're allergic to it, because a lot of people are allergic to resin, you know.
Very true. Oh, I had a question about a bend in a levelling table. Barbara, her levelling table has now got a bow in the middle.
Oh, that's not very level. Right.
That's my left hand. The camera's flipped. That's my left hand.
Yeah. It's not very level if it's got a bow in it. Who made it? What levelling table was it?
I don't know. But Roy, Renee, yes, Roy, yes, exactly. Barbara asked about her levelling table.
Asked what?
Moray, that's a whole other website, that is. Good money,
confused.
Barbara asked, she has a leveling table and the center of her leveling table has bowed, so it's no longer level. How can she fix it?
How can she fix it? Well, she could, if it's down, you can pour resin on it and make it flat again.
Oh, you're a little genius, aren't you?
Absolutely. But if it bows upwards, you're going to have to turn it upside down to do that.
Buy a new one? I don't know. Oh my gosh, you're so good. That's already a genius. Yeah. Oh, you bought a leveling table from Temu and it bowed in a week. Oh
dear. Yeah, it depends on whether it's like just dipped in the middle or whether it's completely bent. Take the legs off it and put it on a bit of wood. At least you've got the legs you can adjust. And the bit of wood.
Brilliant. That's my brain doesn't work. My brain is not like that. I was literally sitting here like, I don't know. How would you fix that? Just get a new one, I guess.
I love puzzles. I love sorting out puzzles. I really do.
True. Wendy would be good in an escape room.
Oh, I love escape rooms. The last time I went to an escape room, I went with my son and my daughter-in-law, and I had to stand back and let them do it because I was just taking over. It's just awful, isn't it?
Dragon in Dresses asked if I've ever experienced mold inside Jesmonite AC100 liquid, and no is the answer. No. The only downside for me with Jesmonite AC100 liquid and polyurethane, this one, is the lids getting stuck.
Polyurethane lids get stuck all the time, and even if you clean them, and when you've got the push down bottles, you can't get the blooming things off. Oh my god!
For me, the black one's been all right.
It's just the white one.
This one,
it's terrible.
And Jesmonite AC100 liquid, no, I've never experienced mold, but also the lid gets so stuck, and it's a big fat lid, and sometimes my hands don't work, perimenopause, but then I have to try and get like tools to get the lid off.
Yeah,
my husband fixed anything, so yeah. Well,
I've had to use pliers to get a lid off of the polyurethane clear part.
Has anyone got any questions before we say good night? Because guys, we're nearly 2 hours in.
Oh my goodness. This has been good fun though. I've enjoyed it. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it has been fun. I've missed it. I've just missed chilling out and chatting.
Yeah. So many questions we didn't get to because they were just coming so thick and fast. I do apologise about that.
My moderators, I don't know if you see that. Do you see the chat, Wendy, where the moderators are actually looking after me and booting people out of the chat?
I can see they're blue. I can't see what they're doing.
So for my moderators, can you all message me, please, and tell me what on earth happened?
Well, what's happened?
As the chat is going, it's like this person was muted. This person was banned.
Really? Oh no, I can't see when people do that, so I wouldn't be able to
know. I'm missing the chat. Like my moderators were on it. Thank you so much. But yeah, we do have to go. We do have to go. Any more questions? Thank you all so much, and thank you so much for the super chat money as well. I will be splitting that with Wendy because Wendy was here and Wendy is part of this. But that will all come to me, and I will make sure that Wendy gets looked after.
Thanks so much, guys. It's really been good fun.
Thank you all so much.
And the quick firing question is, I know we were saying that we missed a load, but it's been fun for us because we've been able to carry on chatting, and it's been great.
Yeah, really good. Mopsy J, that's so cool. We don't have hummingbirds in this country.
No. They're beautiful.
The last 3 days we have a resident woodpecker.
How cool is that? Is that black and white one?
Bright red, white, black.
Oh, beautiful.
Stripy. I saw it 3 days ago. I thought I was hallucinating because I've never seen a woodpecker. I hear them.
Yeah.
I've never seen one. So I saw this bright red. I was like, what are you? So I grabbed my bird book. I looked, I was like, no way, that was a woodpecker. So I texted my dad. I was like, I think I saw a woodpecker, like just hanging out on the tree.
And then cool.
The next day, I saw it again. I'm like, Tim, there's and by the time I picked it up, it was gone. So I'm like, maybe I need to speak to someone. And then today it was there. It was at the squirrel-proof bird feeders.
Cool. Oh, thanks, Teresa.
What a load of rubbish they are. Teresa, thank you so much. Thank you. And it was just there for ages eating the fat balls from the bird feeder, and Tim saw it, and I finally videoed it. I finally got photos of it, so I was not hallucinating. So that's 3 days on the trot. This little woodpecker has just been coming down to the garden. Never seen one before in my life. Never.
I've only ever seen one a couple of times.
Never.
So, you can hear them, but you can never see them, can you? They're so flighty, and you've got trees now. You've got trees. They're going to want to be in your garden.
I know. It's very cool. It's very cool. We are going to go, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who joined in. We've had so many in, Wendy. I think we got up to 170 at one point.
And I think we went out to 178 or so, but yes, really cool. Thank you so much, guys.
Very, very cool. And whatever money I have taken in via the super chat, I will be equally distributing it to Wendy. It's only fair because we're doing this live on through my channel. That means whatever is earned from this comes to me. So if you did send me a super chat, I will make sure that Wendy does get that as well.
Thank you. Thank you. You needn't do, but thank you.
Well, no, but it's only right, Wendy.
Oh, you're frozen. Oh, you've gone. Hostie's gone. Oh, you're back.
We've just started all over again. Welcome to our channels. We've been live for 5 seconds.
I can't do that again.
We are going to go. I don't know what's going to happen with this one now because it's actually just going to be a brand new live on my feed, isn't it? We don't want that.
No. Right, we have to go.
Yes, I love you all. Thank you all so much. Oh, Leslie, sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you all so much. Abby, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.